Hi, I'm Paul Feiner. I'm Greenburgh Town Supervisor.
And I'm Pauline Mosley. Welcome to our show today.
And we have a very interesting program. If somebody is homebound, they're elderly, they're disabled, they probably should enjoy a quality of life. And if they're used to getting their hair done or manicures or whatever, why should they be deprived of that enjoyment? So with us today, we have a special guest. Pauline, do you want to mention?
Sure, Charisse. We're so happy to have Charisse with us today. And how do you pronounce your last name again?
P-Gram.
I'm sorry?
P-Gram.
P-Gram. And so the way Charisse and I met was my mom was in the hospital. She was hospitalized, and she wanted a manicure. And I said, how can I grant this in the hospital? So I went to my good friend Google, and up came ManiPlease, and I called, and I was so delighted when I met Charisse, and Charisse said that these services could be taken into the hospital, and my mom was able to have a fantastic manicure, which she loved, and it really just uplifted her spirits. So with us today is Charisse to tell us again, how did she start this wonderful company called ManiPlease? How did it actually start? And what other services do you provide for women who are unable to go to a salon and take care of their nails and things of that sort?
Well, I want to thank you both for having me. And ManiPlease started back in 2019 when I was a nursing mom and I just wanted to get my nails done. And I'm like, I can't take my baby to a nail salon. The odors, I just don't want to do it. So I started searching on Google for an in-home nail salon, like someone who would come to my house. And I did find some, but they only service Manhattan. They would not go to the Bronx, they would not go to Westchester County. I'm like, well, if I want this service, I'm sure there's other moms, who want the service as well. So, I searched, did not get my nails done, right? Because I couldn't find anyone. And that's when the wheel started turning. I just created ManiPlease. And I am I have a business major. So I'm like, this is a great opportunity for me to put everything, together and just build this business. And I just hit the ground running, like immediately started the business. And it was a tough start. I did not get any business in the first year at all. And the hiring was it was so hard to find good nail technicians. And I was giving up. It was a struggle. So by December of 2019, I drafted a letter that I was going to give to the one nail tech that I hired. And I had an intern, and I drafted a letter to give to them because I was going to give up. And then I met a lady in a chocolate store in Larchmont, and we had a great conversation, but she ended up telling me that she used to own a nail salon. I'm like, wow. So we started talking, and she said, you cannot give that up. That's a great idea. It's a great business. We need you in Westchester County. Don't give it up. I will help you. Let me help you. So I didn't give up, and come February of 2020, there's COVID, and sales started going through the roof. Wow. I hired more nail technicians. We were up to 3 nail technicians, and we were getting booked on a daily basis.
Well, what is it about nails that some people, like my wife, goes religiously, and I could never understand, why people are so into getting their nails done.
It makes you feel good. I don't know. It just makes you feel good. Trust me, being in a home my daughter was 6 months, and just not having my nails done and just looking at my hands, I just didn't feel feminine and girly. I just wanted to feel good.
And do you feel that like if there's somebody elderly and they're sick, does it really boost their spirits up?
It does. It does. So we get a lot of clients who are either like in retirement homes, rehabilitation centers, or just homebound and they just can't get out. And they're usually gifted, ManiPlease. And when we come, their spirits are lifted
So you're
in
like
such a huge way.
the county psychiatrist almost.
Yes, yes.
Do people, when they're getting the nails done, do they sort of confide, and is it sort of an opportunity to chat with people?
Absolutely. So I'm not a licensed nail tech, but I do have licensed nail techs who go to their homes. And one of my nail techs, Colleen, she's great. She is she has great conversation, and they end up booking her again because they felt good about the quality of the service and the conversation, and they feel warm, they feel comfortable. And I have to say that all of our professionals, anyone that comes to your home, they are background checked, they are licensed, so you know that you're getting someone, and I like to hire people with experience, so you're getting quality service and, it's safe.
I mean, you raise a good question, Paul. Like, why are nails, why do people put so much attention on it? I think because number one, hands is the focal part of your body. Two, I think it's just a socialization of taking time out for yourself and just sitting back and let someone pamper you. I've noticed in the last, I would say, 10 years that more men are now coming into the salons. It's not just for women, but men are starting to come and get that relaxation and just have someone massage their hands and put the lotion on and soak it and sit down and talk to you. It's nice music, nice ambiance. So a lot of men are doing it as well, just getting either clear or no clear, or just getting the pampering. It's just taking an hour out of the day once a month, just to go into a setting that's calm, that's tranquil. And when you leave, you just feel refreshed. And you look down and, your hands it's just a reminder of a nice thing that you took time out for yourself.
So I probably made a political mistake saying I don't understand why people like getting their nails done. So we have to edit that out.
But we service the whole family.
Right.
We service the whole family. We have husbands and wives like that. They get their nails done together. So this is a whole family affair. We do events for children. From everyone. There's yes.
Do you also, go into hospices?
Yes.
And how does, if somebody's at the end of their life, how does the service boost up their spirits and the spirits of family members?
So we've been blessed to be part of people's homegoing journey, I guess the end of their life, their journey. And like I said, my nail technician, she tells me stories. She texts me as soon as she's done with her, with taking care of that client, and she'll text me and she'll say, Sharice, I had such a great time. Oh my gosh, I hope I can go back next week. And then, sometimes things happen where their life is ended, and I have to tell her, and she's crying on the phone.
Oh, wow.
Because she gets something out of it as well. It's not only the client, she really loves what she does. And I think that's also a key when you're hiring people. You want to hire people who actually has a passion for what they're doing, and it's not a money thing. It's more about just being able to service. And once I figured that out, hiring people became easier.
It's very interesting because when you mentioned that we were going to have this program, I was saying, is this a problem? Nails,
right.
But it really is a quality of life issue.
It is.
And I think not only do we need house calls for nails, but we need doctors,
Yes.
dentists.
We do.
We need to have more house calls for everyone.
Absolutely.
Because again, if somebody's stuck in a hospital or a nursing home and they can't get out, it's depressing. On the other
Correct.
hand, if there's a service like yours, it makes people feel, oh, I had a really nice day. It's like little things that make people feel good about their life, and make, and a family member sees that a parent is smiling and happy, it just boosts everybody's spirits up.
Absolutely. And I also think what Sharice has done well is that as an entrepreneur, she's found the problem. Like you said, you were trying to find a salon for you, and it didn't. There was none. You researched, you couldn't find one, or they were only in Manhattan. And so then you took it upon yourself to say, well, let me see what I can do for the community, Westchester community, and provide the service. So could you explain to our audience, like, how did you go about that? Because I think so many of us, we're in a situation where a service doesn't exist for us, and we just say, okay, that's it, and we don't do anything about it. But you actually did something about it and said, it doesn't exist, so I'm going to do it. So how did you transition from doing that with a small child? I think it's very commendable with a small child saying, I'm going to start a business.
Okay, so I have to say, I told you my background, but I worked for the city of New York as Director of Social Services for 15 years. And when I had my child, I said, I'm not going back. I want to be a stay-at-home mom where I could spend more time with her. So when I found this problem, I took the time to do the research first and foremost. And when I found that there was not a service that came to Westchester, I just started doing massive research, making sure I figured out who my competitors would be and what services they offered. And then I went into structuring the business. How did I come up with the name ManiPlease? A lot of people ask, because this was just supposed to be a manicure business, right? Manicures and pedicures, but I had the vision of someone serving, right? So serving you. So I would think, I had a vision of a platter, like a white glove service, concierge, someone coming to you. So I put Mani and then please, like, can I have a manicure, please? So
No, that's good.
Nice.
By the way, what's the phone number and your contact
website,
information?
So we can be reached at 914-331-6200, and our website is just maniplease.com. That's MANIPLEASE.com. And we are on social media at ManiPlease. You can find us everywhere, pretty much. We have YouTube, we have everything.
So you had great entrepreneurial skills.
Yes, and I enjoyed that part, searching for a name and a logo and just like being hands-on with someone creating the logo. I had a vision and I just went for it. So,
right.
Yes.
We have, a lot of young people in the town, and there's some students who, high school kids who may not really be college bound, who may not want to go to college, at least initially. Is this a good business for them to get into? And do you are you still hiring?
Yes, so this is absolutely a great business to get into because you work for yourself pretty much. And everyone I hire, they're 1099 contractors. So they create their own schedules, and they have a lot of freedom and flexibility to offer the different type of services that they want to offer. And you don't need a degree to do this. So I would highly recommend anyone who is interested in a career in the beauty and wellness field to get licensed. All you need to do is get licensed to get started. And it's very lucrative.
And when you're talking about licensing, who licenses?
Department of State. Yes, so the state license for nail specialty, or you could get like a cosmetology license. So we have cosmetologists who can offer manicures and pedicures, but if you get a license in nail specialty, then you get to do all types of nail care.
If you want to go for a license, are there exams you have to take?
Yes, so you have to take a course and then you take an exam. So
and how long is the course for?
They range. So there's like 350 hours to 800 hours. It all depends on which specialty you want to go in.
So if I wanted to do this like as a side job, if I got some nail paint, I wouldn't be able to do that.
No, you have to go to a school that specializes in nail specialty, or like I said, a cosmetologist. But we hire for everything. We hire barbers, we're hiring massage therapists, makeup artists, anyone in the beauty and wellness, because we want to bring wellness to home as well. So we did have some massage therapists, but we're currently hiring, especially in the Westchester County area, for licensed massage therapists.
Right. I just had another question. Some of these questions may be stupid, but the question I have is, somebody wants to hire somebody to help with their nails, and it looks like so easy that you just take a little paintbrush and just do it. What are some of the things that could go wrong if somebody hasn't been licensed and they just start their business?
That's actually a great question.
That's good.
Yes, that's a great question. So there are a ton of things that can go wrong, especially when it comes to the nails and your cuticles and just nail safety and hygienic issues. So our nail techs, all of our professionals are not only licensed, but they are fully insured. So we as a company are insured, and each individual professional has their own insurance, because they can clip your nail and you can get a fungus, you can get an infection. So it's not something that anybody, you can put some paint on your nails, but it's not. Nail care is a specialty that you have to be specifically trained for. There's tools and it's proper care for the tools.
Right, so if there's like a little crack and then you put the paint on it, you could get an infection.
Yes, absolutely.
Could people be hospitalized from these things?
Absolutely. And if you have diabetes, there's a certain way that you're not supposed to cut, your client's nails. So our nail techs, they're trained for all of that. They're trained to look at your hands, to do an assessment on your hands. And sometimes you may want a service that you possibly can't get.
So if you're going around town and you see a nail salon, you should make sure that they're certified.
They're licensed.
Are there a lot of nail salons where they're not?
I would say not too much, but you want to be careful with people coming to your home, because there are a lot of people who offer in-home service. Lots of people, and that was one of the things that made me start the business. I had an opportunity to get my nails done from someone who, was advertising they do nails at home, but they weren't attached to a company. They weren't attached to, I didn't know them. So I said, if I create a brand and if I brand well enough, and I'm letting people know that everyone is licensed, everyone is insured, everyone is background checked. If that makes me feel comfortable, I know it will make you feel comfortable for someone to just come into your home. You know that they're, certified, licensed, and they could actually do the job, and there's no issues.
Another question I had, I hope I have a good run with smart questions, is the cost of home, care much more expensive than going to, say, a business on Central Avenue?
Yes. I don't know if it's much more, but it's more, because within our costs, we include a travel fee. So you don't have an extra cost. We try to include the travel fees in our service. And then there's a minimum booking fee of $100 that we ask, because if we're sending someone out to your home, we have to pay them, and we want to make it, fair for them. So my hope and my goal would be to get some sort of funding or tap into maybe a funding that already exists, especially for our elderly clients, so that they can afford it. We have some elderly clients who can afford it without an issue, but then we get a lot of people who were gifted the service. They would love to continue it, but they cannot afford it.
Do you go to a lot of the assisted living facilities in,
Yes.
in Greenburgh and Westchester?
We have been to quite a few facilities. We went to one recently in Valhalla. And
Oh, is that the Knoll? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. We did. And they left us a review. So you'll see on our Google.
Was it a good review?
Yes, they left us a
Wow.
great review, the client.
Yeah, and they're very, there's a man who continues to advise me, Richard Bobby, and he's 103 years old.
Oh my goodness.
And
Bless him.
sometimes, I go there like maybe once a month, and he tells me what I'm doing wrong and right, and gives like management advice. And a lot of the people at the Knolls are, it's a very intellectual, crowd. And I think if you got a good review, you should be very proud, because they will tell you what they honestly think. People, authors, really smart, people, and they could be critical.
Well, I'm
So you should
happy.
be really
Yes, I'm
proud.
very appreciative.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really happy for that review. They left us a Google review.
That is
So,
that is
yes.
great. How do you? You mentioned you're on social media. It's hard to start a business.
Very hard.
And what advice would you have for anybody who's interested in starting a business?
So the one advice I would give is to stick with it. Do not give up. Do not give up. If it's anything I can say is do not give up, because the moment I was ready to give up, a new door opened within this business. And I just think back to that day of how many lives have we changed since then? We've changed so many lives throughout COVID. Throughout 2020, we serviced over 100 clients.
Wow.
In 2020 alone, we're over 300 clients serviced since 2020, even though we started in 2019. So I'm really proud, and I have to say, and also get help. Get help. You can't do it all alone. Get help. I have wonderful interns who have helped me from the beginning to now. Like, I have amazing people on my team, and there could not be a ManiPlease if it wasn't for the great team of nail technicians, hairstylists, massage therapists, makeup artists, licensed estheticians who will take care of your skin. I mean, they are amazing people.
In fact, you gave me sort of an idea, because for a future show, there's a group it's called RSVP, and
Okay.
it's a group of retirees who basically help small businesses, survive, and they'll work on management plans and give tips, because it really takes a lot of courage.
It does.
Absolutely.
To start a business. It's when you're successful, everybody thinks it's really easy, but
It's
isn't.
not. I actually went through a program, and it was through Westchester County, How to Start Something. I think that was the name of the program back in 2021.
Was it part of the county government?
Yes, the Catalyst.
Right.
Yes, so I went through that program, and it was great. I mean, it was very in-depth, and took me through parts that I rushed through. So remember, I started this business in 2019 in a matter of a month, doing the research. But with that program, I mean, we took a step back and went through each phase of starting a business.
And do you
I'm
have
really
to have
grateful.
like lawyers helping with incorporate papers and?
Well, I did the incorporation. I did the structure only because I already had a background in that, and I've done it before. But yes, I do have attorneys who I refer to look over the contract. So I like to start the contract, and then I'll give it to an attorney to make sure that it's proper.
Is it very expensive to start a business?
Well, it all depends. So for this business, I used my savings. I used a lot of my credit to start the business. I did not get any assistance, but I was grateful to get grants afterwards.
What type of grants?
So I got a grant through the program through Westchester County. It was a $5,000 grant
That's
once you
great.
completed the program.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, that is terrific. We
Yes.
should have, if you could tell us, the contact, that would be really
Yeah.
great, because one of the goals of this program is to help people solve problems and navigate, different problem-solving, problem types of issues.
Yes.
So this is really great. Were you able to get any other grants?
Yes, so I also received another $5,000 grant from the Black Business Coalition.
That would
That's
be
awesome.
another great group. Are they Westchester based?
No, they're not based in Westchester, but with that program, you had to go through a course as well. So what I like about this is they're not just giving money out, they're teaching you.
How to use that money.
Yes, they're teaching you.
You know
So-
what? This is really fantastic. I'm like so impressed that because even like the Theater Young Community Center,
Yes.
we have a center that basically serves predominantly the African American and Hispanic population, although it's open to everybody. And I'd like to have like almost like a job,
Fair.
A job
placement program, or I was thinking, there's a lot of kids, maybe not college bound, they might know computers, social media. Now we could. I met with somebody, the commissioner yesterday. I said, why can't we start our own business, like a student-run business that would teach the small businesses how to use social media? Because you may be good, but there might be people in high school who might be even better.
Absolutely.
And if there were, so the organizations you got grants from would possibly help others. Are there any other businesses
absolutely.
that have helped with grants? Any other grants that you got?
No, those were the only 2 grants that I received, but there are a number of grants out there for small businesses and for entrepreneurs.
And
who are
sometimes
starting up.
when there's grant opportunities, you think, I'll never get it. Why should I spend all this time writing up the grant application? What advice would you say to them? Is it worth trying to get a grant?
Absolutely. So for those specific grant opportunities, you had to be selected. And if I didn't apply for 20 grant opportunities, I wouldn't have gotten those 2. You understand?
So you applied for
I
them
applied for
and you didn't
way
get everything.
more. I did not get everything, but I applied for way more than just those 2 grants.
And that's another great
good
lesson. You
point.
see, you're a very good motivator
Yes.
because the lesson you said is you can't give up.
Can't give up.
So if somebody applied for 20 grants,
You may get one.
You may get one.
Yeah.
But
Go for
you have to keep figuring.
Absolutely.
I don't care if I fail.
That's
I'm going
right.
to keep trying until I'm successful.
That's right.
So could you, before we run out of time, just tell people about your contact information again, the name of your company, your website, phone number?
And
Okay.
what services you provide?
Yes, so again, ManiPlease, we are a Westchester-based in-home beauty and wellness platform. We provide services such as nails, makeup, facials, and massages, and we can be reached at 914-331-6200, and our website is ManiPlease.com. That is ManiPlease.com.
This is really great. What an interesting program.
Thank you.
And good luck in your business, and we'll spread the word. And I think
Yes.
it's really terrific that you're giving people an opportunity to enjoy a quality of life when they're elderly, when they might be at the end of their life, just making people smile and feel that there's something to look forward to.
Absolutely, and feel good. Just feel good and feel pampered. It's nothing more better than feeling that way, and in your home, you're comfortable, it's convenient. So it's a great service.
This was
for
really
everyone.
great. I am so pleased to meet you, and I'm
Thank
also
you.
pleased that you thought of this idea. You come up with great ideas. You should be a Pulitzer Prize winner.
You're so kind, Paula. Thank you all. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.